Mayor Rudy Giuliani, talking about the community that you were just talking about, said that the Black Lives Matter movement is, in Mayor Giuliani's view, quote, inherently racist, and he said that some of the methods of the group enables the kind of horrific tragedy we saw in Dallas. What do you think? He is obviously speaking for himself, but there are a number of conservatives out there who share that view.
Look what the president said when the Black Lives Matter people in one demonstration said, you know, kill the police, the sooner the better, or some phrase like that. The president condemned it immediately, but that's not the black community. That's not the community. That group, that element of Black Lives Matter doesn't speak for all of Black Lives Matter, and does not speak for those folks in the black community, both middle class and poor, who know they are more likely to be pulled over than the Caucasian guy. They know that in many cases they are the focus of the police as opposed to other communities. And so it is just a very broad statement. There are some people in Black Lives Matter who don't want to talk and have dialogue, and others who do. But to make it sound like it's the NAACP or it's a major African-American organization, it is an umbrella of all kinds of people who feel like there is discrimination that exists in some police departments, in some neighborhoods, and they want to talk about it and they want to deal with it.
What do you say to members of the African-American community who have been through this type of thing before? There is a horrific event, and the vice president or the president come out of meeting with police leaders, meeting with community leaders, talk about how things are going to be improved, and then their lives continue to be the way that they are. Mr. Castile, the gentleman who was shot in Minnesota last week, I read a report that said he had been pulled over something like 50 times before the incident in which he was killed. These are members of the community who feel harassed, and they feel like it's never going to change. What do you say to them?
Well, what I say is we're just going to keep at it. You saw what happened in Ferguson. Two things: the civil rights investigation and the investigation in the state of Missouri said that the shooting was justified, but they also pointed out that the police department was racist, that they funded the police department by constantly pulling over and ticketing African Americans in the community to help fund the police department, and that stopped. So look, this is a very time-consuming, difficult, important process. But the most important thing for both the police to know, as well as, in my view, the community to know, is we are relentlessly trying to move forward to bring those communities together. And one of the ways to do that, Jake, is to go back to community policing. We have significantly, on a relative basis, cut funding for local law enforcement. The end result is community policing, meaning cops getting out of the car, knowing the kid on the block, knowing who owns the local grocery store, going to the church, the local church, and being there on Sundays, etc. That's resource intense, and we can't convince our friends up on the Hill to. And we've constantly tried to get more money for police departments to be able to go in and do that with the communities. Hopefully, this